A curious incident unfolds when an old man mysteriously falls into a coma, and an unrelenting pigeon keeps sitting on his hospital bed. The sharp-eyed doctor spots a small tube attached to the bird's leg, sparking intrigue. Determined to unravel the purpose, the doctor investigates, unaware that the message inside will lead to a swift call for police help. Our goal for this video is to reach 6,000 likes, so please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Welcome to Wonderbot Animals. One night, a mysterious elderly man, unidentified and critically ill, was admitted to the hospital. The medical team successfully stabilized him, but lacking identification, he became known as John Doe and was induced into a coma for recovery. Amidst the medical uncertainties, an unexpected visitor appeared in his room, an undisturbed gray dove. Concerned about infection risks, a nurse quickly removed the pigeon. Thinking the incident had concluded, the medical team awaited developments. However, the next day brought a surprise when the dove returned, hinting at an unforeseen twist in the unfolding story. Doctors estimated that the elderly man needed 3 days of sleep to reduce brain swelling. At this point in time, only the nurse who had tended to John Doe had seen the bird visit him. Therefore, the next morning when the bird returned, as the window was opened, everyone was surprised and unsure of the meaning behind the visit. Despite attempts to shoo the bird away and calls to security for removal, the hospital was abuzz with discussions about the bird's connection to the old man. Even with a sign to keep the window closed, the persistent bird continued to reappear. The bird stayed by the closed window, observing the old man or walking on the sill. Efforts to block its view led to the bird attempting to enter another patient's window, requiring intervention to send it away. The situation was spiraling out of control. The mystery deepened as more people in the hospital became aware of the persistent pigeon. Some went searching for the curious bird, intrigued by its inexplicable return. After 3 days of trying to get rid of the bird, someone finally noticed a clue that could unravel the mystery. As the pigeon spent an extended period on the windowsill, people observed it closely. During lunch, a doctor examined the bird and noticed something peculiar attached to its leg. A quick internet search revealed that the closed tube on the pigeon's leg was used for carrying small objects or messages. The doctor was convinced that whatever was in that tube held the answers they needed. The entire hospital joined the quest, pondering how to catch the bird. The old man's room was on the 3rd floor, making it impossible to go outside and retrieve it. Ideally, they would have let the bird back into the room, but now it distrusted everyone and probably wouldn't come in willingly. Facing limited options, the hospital staff recognized that letting the bird back into the room was their only chance to unravel the mystery surrounding the unconscious old man. The doctor understood that opening the window and allowing the pigeon to approach could provide crucial information. So taking a calculated risk, they opened the window, and the pigeon promptly flew inside. The dove perched next to the old man's bed, navigating around the tubes and wires connected to him. Sensing the significance of the moment, the doctor approached cautiously, mindful not to disturb the inquisitive creature. As the doctor approached, the dove remained unperturbed, absorbed in its usual perch and melody. The doctor marveled at its serene demeanor, a contrast to other birds in the hospital parking lot. Acting swiftly, he closed the window, trapping the pigeon inside. Now, confined to the room, the pigeon's exit was blocked. However, catching the bird posed a new challenge. Recognizing the difficulty, the doctor enlisted the nurse's assistance. Summoning courage, the doctor made a sudden move towards the pigeon, creating chaos. Equipment shook, and a minor uproar ensued, drawing the attention of other staff members curious about the disturbance. Turned out to be a significant misstep. The pigeon seized the chance for escape, darting out of the room and into the hallway, where several people were shouting in its presence. The doctor and nurse hurriedly pursued, with the doctor instructing the staff to locate their elusive new companion. They couldn't let it escape again without understanding what was attached to its leg. At some point, it seemed like the entire hospital wing was frantically searching for the bird. Even patients waiting to be examined joined in to lend a hand. The bird had become adept at evading capture, the task now requiring as many hands as possible. The doctor hoped that all these efforts wouldn't be in vain. Suddenly, not far from the comatose man's room, the doctor and the rest of the staff heard a resolute "Gotcha!" ringing from a corner. The doctor rushed in the direction of the exclamation, and to his surprise, the pigeon was in the hands of one of the patients, struggling to free itself without success. Once the doctor successfully captured the bird, he delicately removed the tube from its leg, revealing its contents. Now, he initially thought it might be a prank by local kids, and the bird coincidentally took a liking to a man who had passed out in the other room. However, the doctor was unprepared for what the test tube contained. With a gentle tap, 2 pills and a neatly folded sheet of paper emerged from the opening. Who would use a pigeon to deliver drugs? Puzzled, the doctor opened the note, only to find it equally perplexing. It read, "Daily doses." No additional information about the purpose of the pills. None of it made sense. The staff gathered around the doctor, too curious to return to their routine tasks. They asked about the pill's potential uses, but the doctor was just as bewildered. He realized he needed to consult the hospital pharmacist for more information. In the meantime, they had to decide where to keep the pigeon until the mystery was unraveled. For the time being, the pigeon was placed in a small cage, seemingly unfazed by the arrangement. The doctor and a couple of nurses returned to the comatose man's room, scrutinizing his medical records and surroundings for any clues. In an effort to gather information, the doctor decided to speak with the nurse who had encountered the pigeon. All the nurse could share was that the bird had appeared at around the same time the man was hospitalized. It didn't make sense. The pigeon didn't appear domestic, so how could it locate the man with such precision? The only plausible explanation the doctor could fathom was that someone had closely monitored the man and ensured that the bird knew precisely where to go. Any other possibility seemed more like a fairy tale than a realistic scenario. He even entertained the amusing notion that the dove might be the stranger's pet. Understanding that pigeons were historically employed as messengers, the idea that this pigeon could accurately deliver a package on behalf of someone else was not an outlandish hypothesis. But the primary question remained: who would attempt to deliver drugs to an unconscious man in a hospital? To explore all avenues, the doctor decided to engage the hospital's security team. The building was equipped with cameras, and there was a chance that one of them had captured the bird's origin, or revealed someone frequenting the wing where the man was located. The security team eagerly agreed to review the footage, as such mysteries rarely unfolded in the hospital, and the crew often found their work uneventful. Fortunately, an external camera was strategically positioned to capture the view of the comatose man's window. It felt like destiny to the doctor, knowing he was on the brink of unraveling this peculiar tale. After a few hours, the security team condensed the footage to approximately 2 weeks, meticulously inspecting each frame featuring the pigeon. Evidently, the bird made a consistent appearance at the same time every day for the past 2 weeks. On each occasion, it adeptly landed on the window, making contact with the unconscious patient. Now, even with the new details, the doctor still didn't get why this man received such a strange package. Luckily, a colleague took the pills to the pharmacist for examination, so there might be answers soon. The doctor thought that the comatose man might not be connected to this odd delivery. Determined, he asked another staff member to check the hospital room records. The doctor considered the possibility that a previous patient might be involved. He gathered documents related to the room's past occupants and convened a meeting with staff to go through the records. While examining the documents, an employee shared information about the unknown pills. They turned out to be strong narcotics given to patients with severe trauma, known for being highly addictive. Suddenly, things started to make sense. The pigeon was acting as a secret drug courier. The people in the meeting found this hard to believe. A real animal dealing drugs in a hospital? Seemed almost too strange. Some staff members chimed in, saying they found documents about a former patient in that room who was hospitalized for an overdose. After further investigation, the staff unraveled the mystery. The previous patient was known for attempting to obtain potent painkillers from nurses during each hospitalization. His frequent stays in the past year, especially the latest prolonged one, had raised suspicions. Having his medication supply cut off due to unauthorized deliveries to his bedside, the patient had resorted to an unusual accomplice, the trained bird. The bird diligently continued the task, apparently unaware that its recipient was no longer at the hospital. And while police became involved, this is where the story ends, as no clues were able to be discovered, and the bird evaded their attempts when they tried following it back to whomever was supplying it with pills for delivery.